Hey folks, welcome to Kaisers Kastle. I'm about to explain to you why the sheepdog hypothesis or theory, whatever you want to call it, is faulty. And this will not take a lot of time. Alright. Sheepdog theory pretty much goes like something like this. Sheep, they're weak, so they need a sheepdog to protect them. A sheepdog. And the wolves, they travel in packs. They have a plan to feed on the prey, the sheep. And one sheepdog, this is where I'll sound odd when I say this. I do believe the right man at the right time at the right place can, will, and always does make the difference. But what I will tell you is that right man could be a sheriff's deputy in Broward County who does nothing and allows kids to be killed. So, he's not the right man. So he's not a sheepdog, and even a sheepdog ages, and this guy aged, okay? Had fear of his life. I understand that. He's close to retirement. I totally get this. So I'm not shitting on anybody. Now, here's the reality. It's not the sheepdog that you need, because wolves travel in packs. If it's one lone wolf or coyote, whatever you want to call it, yeah, he can do damage to the sheep, and that sheepdog may handle that situation, but wolves travel in packs. This is where it's faulty. Sheepdogs don't. They usually have one sheepdog per batch of sheep, who are the prey that the wolves want, and they always travel in packs. Now, if you think of something and you can see it and you know it to be a true fact, then the sheepdog theory falls apart. It's just a fact. So I like to say I'm a wolf that travels in a pack of wolves that have discerning taste, not looking for the sheep. We're looking for the other wolves that may try to attack the sheep, and people will say, well, that's faulty because the wolf's going to want to eat the sheep. Well, like I said, discerning taste. Maybe like cows. You know. Wolves are opportunists. They'll eat anything. Okay? But for this conversation, let's just go with the wolves having discerning taste. Okay? Now, one sheepdog cannot stand against a pack of wolves. It can stand against one wolf. It can stand against one coyote. We all know this. If you have a better analogy, please share it, because I haven't heard it yet. And it's nothing different than what they called the wolf pack with the German submarines back in the Second World War, and I believe even the U.S. called them wolf packs because of the way they targeted things and did stuff. Now, a wolf pack with discerning taste understand that there's a purpose. The pack that they run with. They're very territorial. they also will claim their territory. This is a more easily understood analogy than a sheepdog. Sheepdog listens to the farmer. But what if the farmer beat him or didn't feed him? You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of faulty analogy in this. But the wolf pack is tightly bonded. There's the alpha male, alpha female, and they're dedicated to making sure their young are fed. And they are fed. That's what the whole purpose of the hunt is. Now, to put it in human terms, that's why I find this faulty, because humans are not wolves, they're not sheepdogs, and they're definitely, well, I guess some of them are sheep. The more moronic among us are. Now, a wolf pack going against another wolf pack that have a defined leadership, a defined way, a defined, in human terms, tribe, pack, it's always been effective. It always will be effective. Nobody can countersignal that. So just as I always say, one person can and will always make a difference if it's the right person. See, that's the problem. But vetting is a problem. I can't guarantee you how somebody else will act, and nobody else can either. So one person, maybe he's a Navy SEAL, maybe he's SF, who knows what he is. He could be lying and fraudulated his papers. I know, fraudulated, I just made up a new word. Gave you fraudulent papers. You know, forged DD-214, who knows what. And all of a sudden he gets hired by a school. Also, you have to remember there's always the police unions that'll get involved because they want their police to do it. But their police may not have the same style of training. The guy might be old. The guy might be a rookie. And there's still a time where, if you look by FBI statistics on how many people get killed who are cops, it's either while they're a rookie or getting close to retirement. So you cannot guarantee how they'll act in a stressful situation. And in combat, I've seen it, and everybody else has too, who's actually a combat veteran and actually has done something out there. And what they'll tell you, they'll all come to one common agreement. There's no way to know. The easiest way that I explain this to you, it's pretty easy. There's dudes that are way badder than I am. And I'm not bad. I'm just a normal guy. You know, regular guy. Everybody will hesitate because they're trying to get their bearings, trying to get what's going on, figure it out. Some stuff will come up that you cannot even believe, and I'm not getting into that. But things can happen. Things can change your paradigm. And that does cause a moment of frozenness, I guess is the best way to put it, where you just freeze for a second. And it's how quick you pop out of it. Muscle memory, all that stuff is for real. But it's still, that OODA loop's a bitch. And it will bite you. It can bite other people. I've seen it done. I will always say, haven't had it happen to me yet. Notice I said yet, because I believe it could happen to me. The thing that stops that is that pack, those men that are with me, will do something, say something, pop me out of it. Or I'll pop out of it and pop them out of it. It matters not. Nobody, look, hero's nothing but a sandwich. But the reality is, you will pop out of it. And then you'll deal with the threat. Hopefully it's not too late, because that can kill everybody. Especially if it's a pack of people who don't care what you think, don't care what you want, don't care what your mission is. Their job is to screw you up, to make you fail. So the sheepdog theory falls apart because it's one dog protecting all the sheep. And sometimes that works. Most of the time it doesn't. It buys time for the farmer, for the sheep farmer. But that sheepdog, well, there's been many times they just got rocked up. Too old, too new, instincts don't kick in quick enough. But wolves run in packs. So the counterbalance is that you are the wolf that is in that pack, that has been together and know your people or your other wolves. And you know the talents and the failures. And so everybody is constantly compensating. That is why the sheepdog theory is very faulty. You cannot protect the prey if you're not willing to have more than one do it. And hopefully overwhelming more than one. Because nothing guarantees success except more boots on the ground, more fangs, claws on target. That will guarantee the success of it. Always will, always has. So, in the heart of the wood, when you think you know something, everything can change. So my thought process is, know your brothers, know who you're running with. The sheepdog theory is faulty. You know, no matter how much mad skill you have, I've seen people with super mad skill compared to me fall or fell. But it's the heart of the individual. It's also the heart of the pack on how you pull everybody out of it and you respond. Just my 2 cents on this. But if you think about it, I think you're going to realize I'm not selling bad candy here. I don't think anybody would think that. You don't have to be the biggest and the baddest dude or sheepdog on the planet, but you do have to have enough people to deal with the threat. You know, Rambo's not real. It's all fantasy. Same with Snake Plissken. Same with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Commando. Hollywood and these daggone video games give people a false sense of what they do. And yeah, they're fun, but they're fantasy. They're not reality. Anybody who's gone out on an actual mission all by themselves knows how shitty and cut off you are, and knows how you know you're fucked. You're not getting help. Nobody's gonna come there. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good thing. So, but it also has that tenor of, did you make brothers while you were there? And I have. So that lessens that feeling. Like I said, it's just my 2 cents, but that's why I find the sheepdog narrative faulty. And I would love to hear people try to challenge me on that, but I think the points I made are very sound and correct. And also, remember, I'm going to put some t-shirts up on sale to support for my state. We have 88 counties, 88 sheriff's departments, and a sheriff in every one of them, and their deputies. Because I will stand, the state I live in, those sheriffs will stand. Those deputies will stand. And they'll also, if somebody's messed up, they'll go after them too, including me. That's the thing. Somehow we've gotten to this point where people think there's people above the law. Nobody's above the law, even a sheriff. That's just my 2 cents. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you don't, that's fine too. But this is Shuff out.